Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness. It's time for another full body workout, but a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not following or subscribed, please do so. If you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I would appreciate that so much. Thank you. Let's get over to the training. Sticking with what I've said I'm going to do, other than I threw a wild card in for you guys, which you'll see. So we did really good on the training maxes today. I went up on them. The squat and the bench felt really good. Man, that's going to be its own topic by itself, right? Legs are on point. No, I'm not whooshing, and I'm kind of like, man, I feel leaner. I feel tighter. My waist feels smaller. Scale's not going down. It's like maybe I just need to cut the calories a little more. So I think today I'm going to try to do another cardio session, and if it pushes my feed window back later, trying to get a little more list cardio in. You know what? That's not a bad thing. I mean, I feel like, again, everything's slowly improving. Really happy with the benching today, but even this 440 squat, right, felt pretty good, right? Wasn't a true max. I did check it and pause it. I did reach depth there. I know it from my front, it always looks funny. Like when I do the side views versus the front and I hit the same depth set after set, people are like, wow, your side views are like 3 inches deeper than the front. It's exactly, guys. It just is what it is. Benching though, and I did my little side chest after this. I'll get some stuff for the lower back, some screenshots. Like I said, you know, it's all going to tighten up. I just have to keep losing fat. But I feel like even looking here, I mean, I feel like I'm tighter and fuller, you know, so the scale's just kind of sitting, but I'm almost recomping. But look at the benching, right? And I'm kind of at a loss for why everything is flowing this well. It's like the training is doing phenomenally well. Now, it could be because I'm eating more and more carbs as a larger percentage of my calories in spite of the deficit. But I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm still not anywhere near bodybuilder lean, but we are getting leaner. It's coming along. But again, I'm just going to keep working at it, right? Keep chipping away at the body fat with the fasted cardio, fasted training, super clean diet. But watch this 340 bench. Guys, I'm stronger on the bench than I was earlier this year before cutting. I don't get it. This is flat back, no wrist wraps. This is cleaner and faster. Look how fast the lockout is. Like my tricep, the dips are really carrying over to the triceps. I still had a little more in the tank. It wasn't a true max. The best bench I hit earlier this year was wrist wraps and a belt, and it was a little slower than that with 335 before my cut. I'll take the win. All right, the deadlift, so this is where we see the fatigue. All right, this is where we see it. This 545, this is where the hours of cardio is really hitting me. Man, it felt like a max. Like I had to grind it, and then as soon as I locked it, I just set it down. So watch this. Everyone's like, Coach, that looks like when you hit 600 plus. Yeah. See, that's the fatigue kicking in. So you see the look on my face. So there's a moment of weakness, but I wanted to hit a slightly heavier pull. Okay, overhead press. We know I still can't lock the overhead. I literally can't do it. And it's not a case of people will say, just reduce the weight. I tested it with the empty bar. It looks the same. So I can't go lighter than a barbell. But I'm like, I want to mess with it on camera. I'm just going to hit singles. And I'm going to try different grips while I continue to do all the pull-ups and the hangs and everything to continue to work on that range of motion. I want to try a few different grip lists. I want to try a false grip like this. I want to try a full grip. And I want to see where I can get the best range of motion. But that obviously was a hair shorter because it really just turned into an incline for me. But I'm like, I'm going to work the overhead back in. And I'm just not going to care if people hate on it. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant because I need to train it. I'm going to get the benefits of it, whether people like it or not. All right, dips, I'm doing them from the bottom up and then going as deep as I can. I got more reps today. So the final set, I pushed it as hard as I could. I got 12 reps. So it went like 10 to 12 reps on everything here. So again, dips are coming along, but I feel like the dips are really carrying over to that bench. The dip is turning into my favorite lift. So I feel like this is going to continue to build the bench for me. And it's what I've always said in the past. Every time I did lots of dips, my triceps and arms were the biggest they've ever looked. And then every time I take them out, everyone's like, your arms are growing small, you know. And I know my arms are a weak link, but I feel like for me, dips just do more for my triceps than anything. I even saw some old footage, and I remember some old posts I made before I even started YouTube with some old pictures, and it was like, I lived on dips back in the day. It even got my close grip bench way up. So, I mean, and here's the evidence. I'm not doing that much other stuff for my pressing muscles yet. The bench is coming along really well. Like, I feel like even though I'm cutting, my bench could be back real close to PR territory as far as being on YouTube. Because at 340, guys, that was flat back. It was a long pause. And it wasn't 100%, like it wasn't a grind. I mean, it didn't move crazy fast, but it definitely wasn't a true max. Most you've seen me bench ever is 365 at heavier body weights. My only explanation, the dips. And before anyone says, oh, it's a bunch of gear, no, I really am not. That's why it has to be the dips, the only thing I can think of. But I'm happy with them. They're coming along. I feel like I get so much out of them, though. And then the pull-ups. So here's going to be the thing. I always am torn between the pull-ups and the chin-ups. All right? That range of motion. So if I could get my overhead press at least there, that's what I want. So I'm going to keep doing these close grip pull-ups. Why? I feel them in my arms a ton. 2, the shoulder stretch. Right? The shoulder stretch. I want to get all that shoulder range of motion. I want to work on that. And I feel like that's going to help me with the overhead press. Now, what we need to understand, notice my dead hang on those. That's my full lockout. But my overhead press doesn't go there yet. So I'm also looking at these closer grip because these are the ones where I can get my chin over the bar. I can't get my chin to the bar at all with a wide grip. I can't even really get my eyes to the bar with a wide grip sometimes. So this is the only way I can do it, is that closer grip. But what else does that do? It works arms really well. I've seen some data show that the closer grip works the triceps a lot more than the long head. There's some data on that. But I do feel a lot of arm, and I do know that I need more bicep. My back isn't going to be a problem. My back is good, like we're good. I can just do these pull-ups. And part of me wants to do chins, but I'm like, no, I don't want to overtrain the arms. I'm also looking at it going, this gives me good carryover. It's good for the grip, good for the brachialis, and then I can focus on those straight bar curls. But I want to treat them like a really serious exercise. I felt like, so I did them here at the end, and I'm like, let's work on progressive overload and complete mind muscle connection. Meaning I am focusing on squeezing, and I'm training my arms as hard as I possibly can here. It's like focusing on feeling the bicep, trying to do the movements that work the bicep the hardest, which means I bring it all the way up. But for me, this hurt my biceps on every rep. And so again, kind of what we're talking about with a real mind muscle connection is not just feeling a pump. It's, are you feeling the muscle feeling like it's going to rip apart? And I feel like this technique, again, control it, bring it all the way to the face with the wrist back, lock out at the bottom, try to be fairly strict. My biceps hurt on every rep. It feels like they're ripping apart. So I feel like, again, this movement is what I need to be doing for the biceps. The pull-ups do help. I do feel a lot of bicep when I do that closer grip pull-up, and I do notice, especially if I go higher up, and I've said that a lot. So we have that as a thing, but then it's like I want to treat the barbell curl as a really, really serious exercise when I'm doing it, right? So what I'm doing here with these sets, I'm trying to take them all the way to failure, right? And even the last one, I rest, pause, and try to do another rep, and still couldn't complete it. So in this case, so those are getting bottom, and I just can't move it. So the final one here, I paused for a couple seconds at the bottom, took a breath, and squeezed my biceps as hard as I could go, and I could try to get one more rep, and it just stopped. That's all that I had. But the bicep, I don't even want to say pump by doing it this way, was intent, like it hurt. My biceps felt like they were being ripped apart, but that's what we need. Like, let's not overtrain them. Let's come in and do 3 sets 3 times a week. If I want to finish with some bands, we can. But I'm going to push them as hard as I can on the curls. I'm just going to push this exercise super, super hard, like I'm doing here. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.